Welcome back to the Pro Sports Podcasters on YouTube. My name is Cobe. Most of you know me as Kobe from the podcast. And today I want to take a look at the third version of NFL All Day. I'm going to call it that because to me we're at version 3.0. Now, version 1, I'll call it the Genesis, was the initial release of the product, the development of the platform, and what we could sort of expect in the future. Version 2.0 is I'm going to call it the arcade version, which is the beginning of the NFL season with the release of the all-day playbook and their partnership with Own the Moment for their fantasy football Rumble platform. And now we've got version 3.0. And when I want to think about, what do I want to call this? I'm going to call it the Inferno. Because this version is all about burning. They started it with the playbook. They introduced it there to kind of ease us in, and they ramped up the amount of burning as the weeks continued. But now we're going to have this new version of NFL All Day that involves crafting, which is just another way of burning. Let's just call it what it really is. I mean, you could spell crafting in NFL Day with a B-U-R-N-I-N-G. That's what it comes down to, because it's all about burning moments that you have in your collection to get a new moment that hopefully is more sought after and has a greater value. And that's okay. I've got nothing against crafting. Now, for the very first one they've introduced, it's for a Grail moment, a Joe Burrow Grail moment. Nothing wrong with going after Joe Cool. You want him to be sought after players, otherwise who's going to do it? But you got to burn 7 moments to get this one Joe Burrow Grail moment. And I got nothing against that either. And probably most of you would be thinking that's what the part of this that I'd be going after. But it really isn't, because you can do whatever you want to do with your collection. If you've got a bunch of additional Cincinnati Bengals moments and a few Joe Burrows moments that you've happened to have cracked, and maybe you're not the biggest Cincinnati Bengals fan or whatever, and just decide, you know what? I don't mind burning all those moments to get one special moment. And I mean, the problem here is that if you do have a lot of Cincinnati Bengals moments and you have a few Joe Burrow moments, it's probably because you're a Bengals fan. But let's just say that's not the case. You've got a bunch of extra moments. You figure, why not? Burn them away. Get something special. More power to you. I actually have somebody on my Discord who has all of the necessary pieces, save the one you got to crack in the next pack coming out. And that's what I've got issue with, but I'll get to that. He's got everything he requires. He just has to get that one Joe Burrow lynch, moment that you got to burn right away after cracking it in order to get this Grail moment. But he doesn't plan on doing it. He's not going to do it. To him, burning those 7 moments isn't worth it. If anything, he may actually sell a few because they're going to go up in value to people who actually want to complete this challenge. So that's where he's at. Maybe some of you have all the necessary pieces. Of course, save the one piece you got to open up in the next pack drop. Maybe you're going to do it. Let me know in the comments if you are. But this particular collector, and he's on our Discord, and if you haven't joined the Discord yet, again, I'll leave a link in the bottom, link in the description. Do yourself a solid. Sign up, join the Discord. If you want to know about NFL All Day and you want to really talk about what's going on, it's the greatest place to do it, by far. I was not a Discord guy up until I started collecting NFTs, and I wish I had done a long time ago because the information that's shared is just awesome. But let's get back to the Inferno, okay, version 3.0. So you got to burn 7 to get 1. But the part that kills me is that you got to burn one specific moment that is being released in the next pack drop, so it doesn't exist yet, in order to get this Grail moment. Why are they selling us a moment in a pack just to burn it for another moment? Why would they do that? What's the goal here? Well, to me, there's only one thing that makes sense, and that they're hoping that that's enough of a carrot for us to go after in order to buy those packs. Because when you look at the market prices right now, and you look at what the floor is, and we're talking around $5, and a new pack, the standard pack, which includes 5 moments, is $59. Then if you get a bunch of floor moments, you're losing money. Even if half of those moments are floor moments and a couple of them are $10, you're losing money. Keep in mind, one of the moments in that pack is a guaranteed moment that's going to work toward one of these crafting challenges. So you already know that you've got a shot at one of 5 or 6 different players. And granted, most of the players are pretty decent. But those moments are meant to be burnt. Now, a lot of people aren't going to burn them. Let's be honest. There's a lot of people that are not going to burn 7 moments to get 1. So they're going to end up holding on to those moments. So we'll see how many of them are left in the end. But those moments will have some immediate value because you'll have some people that'll want them in order to complete these burn challenges. Once that challenge period is passed, they'll probably go back to being less expensive moments. I'm not going to say floor moments because you got some good players. Austin Eckler, Micah Parsons, Joe Burrow, these are good players. So you're hoping they're not going to be floor moments. But a bunch of people are going to burn a bunch. They're going to get a new Grail moment. What's that Grail moment going to be worth? Now here's the thing. I kind of like the fact that it requires 7 moments to get the 1. Because it makes it less likely that everyone will do it. So the chances are the number of people who complete this challenge will be lower than normal, and maybe, just maybe, you get yourself a decent rare. It's even possible that you could be in the legendary bracket. But that's unlikely, because when people see that, X number of people have completed the challenge and there's only a day left, and you're going to get yourself a legendary, you'll probably have a bunch of suddenly interested collectors that go ahead and burn like crazy, hoping to get a legendary but push it into the rare spectrum. I think that's most likely. So you'll probably get a rare out of this, but it could be a very low mint rare. And hopefully it's a player that you're amped about. Because otherwise, why would you do it? But you're burning. But what are you burning? You're mostly burning in these particular challenges and what's been going on lately. You're mostly burning Series 1 moments. And again, someone on the Discord actually pointed this out. They nailed it. They're trying to reduce the number of Series 1 moments available on the platform. And I get it. You want Series 1 to be the rarest possible moments. But when you're having an issue growing a platform, which is the one area that NFL Day has basically sucked at, is they're not very good at inviting new people to the platform. They haven't done a good job of that. Their marketing team is failing. You can't release the next series of moments with a huge number of them because you're not going to have the buying power to sell them all. So you got to start reducing the previous series, in this case, Series 1, so it doesn't look like they're the most plentiful moments on the platform, right? That's the issue they're having here. There's a balancing act they're trying to achieve, and they're trying to achieve it by burning like crazy, but you need a willing collector base to burn them. At the same time, you don't want to make it so lucrative that just everyone burns everything away. You got a bunch of these new Grail moments that are suddenly worthless because everyone did it. So by having 7 required moments to burn, it does make sense. And it's going to achieve kind of what they're after, which is to burn some of the older moments, to release something new that's sought after, and hopefully balance out the marketplace. They should really be growing the platform instead. They just haven't figured out how to do it. What do you think they should do? What are you going to do when it comes to these crafting challenges? Is there a particular crafting challenge that maybe you're most interested in? Are you comfortable cracking a moment just to burn it? I mean, I know some of you are, because the Playbook basically proved that, right? You go through the process of winning these reward packs to crack them and then pick out what it is in the reward packs you're willing to burn next time. So that's a part of it. But the fact that you're burning a moment that doesn't exist up until the day you actually crack the pack, that's just weird to me. That's just kind of I don't know. It doesn't seem to make any sense to me, right? It's counterintuitive to crack something just to wreck it. Okay? It just doesn't, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. I get it. They want to sell packs. Do you think they're going to sell out? That's the other question. Do you think they're going to sell out of these packs? There's only 12,000 of the standard packs. It's a pretty low number, but there's a lot of disgruntled collectors right now with a very low value marketplace. Even rares aren't giving you much of a return. So how many people are going to actually get in line for this? Let's make some predictions. Let's see who's right. Put your predictions in the comments. I'll start off with mine. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens. Honestly, it's an interesting time. Version 3.0, baby. Burn, baby, burn. Let's roll with the inferno. Till next time.